gonna make sure I keep up because I don't want to miss, and I don't want you to miss the goodness that I got for you. So we are starting live on YouTube right now. If you want to ask questions, make sure you write them down when you stay until the end of the show, because I do a Q&A session at the end of each show. So make sure that you stay tuned. Guys on YouTube, what's up? This is Gabriel, your host, Gabriel Julié. I hope that you are ready for today, this week's episode of Marketing Commandos. Today, the subject of today's episode is about everything you need to start marketing your small business in 2022. Are you guys excited about this? Do you own a small business? Small business owners, put something in the chat so I can make sure that, hey, you guys meet together and network. That's always great to meet some other great people. Now, I'm going to show you my screen. Again, if you guys on Clubhouse want to see what's going on my screen, I advise you to actually go on the Clubhouse, on the YouTube, sorry, so you can check out visually what's happening on there. So I'm just pinging a few people in the room and then we can get started. Let's go. Are you guys excited? I am, because I got a ton of value-packed information to share with you today, and I want to make sure that you guys see everything I got for you. So, title of today's episode, everything you need to start marketing your small business in 2022. Have you ever felt like there is so many things to do, so many angles you can attack this thing, but you can never really grasp how exactly you should do it? And I felt like this for the longest time as well. When I started to market my business online and I decided to actually take on and help out other people, there were so many things I could do. I could do Facebook ads, I could do SEO, I could do Google ads, I could do organic content creation, all those things. But the problem was that I wasn't able to put my finger on exactly what was the thing that was delivering the results, the real result that I was seeing everywhere. And I really struggled with that for a long time until I really figured out what to cut out, what to use only, and what to make sure I implement, and what's also, and I like to have an emphasis on that, what is going to work in years from now. Because one of the biggest problems that I saw with people that were actually teaching those tactics were that a few months later, bye-bye, nothing is working anymore. Algorithm change, Facebook is like, okay, let's go, next one. So, and then your business crumbles under that because you build a strategy around it. And I don't want you guys to have this sensation because it's pretty bad, let me tell you. So I want you to have this. That's why I'm going to make sure I share with you timeless strategies that you can apply so you can make sure you grow a business. For those who don't know me already, my name is Gabriel. I'm the founder and CEO of Julihey Media and Julihey Productions. What we do is we help you get as many customers as you can possibly handle for as long as you can possibly do it. That's pretty much it. As long as you possibly want, guys. That's who I am. That's my purpose. And that's what I do. I want to help business owners like you to get to the next level. That's my purpose, because I know that you guys are the guys that will change the world in your small inner way. And if I can help you out to reach out more people and to increase the impact that you are having, I know that I can have the most impact on this planet, because us entrepreneurs, business owners, are the people that are going to change this world. Are you guys ready? Do you guys agree with me? Let's go into today's presentation. Make sure that you subscribe or you ping somebody into the room, because today, guys, we talk about things like this every Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as I told to the Clubhouse room, I didn't miss the time, because you guys in the US over there on the other side of the planet are already 1 hour earlier than us in France. In France, we didn't do that already. You guys are in the future, so I'm gonna make sure I keep up. So make sure that you remember we do this every Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So subscribe if you're on the YouTube channel. Make sure you ping somebody to the room. Put it on your calendar if you are on Clubhouse. And let's go right into it. So first thing I want you guys to talk to you about is the time-proof marketing key that nobody knows about. As I told you guys about, I really struggled for a long time to see what was the thing that I could use with my clients and be like, okay, I'm going to implement this process and it's still going to work whatever I do with it. I'm maybe going to do a few tweaks, like maybe adjust a few things here and there as we fly, but I do not have to change plane during the flight. You know what I mean? I didn't want it to do that, because that seemed for me to be the thing that was happening with every online marketer at the time. They were all doing, like, talking about algorithm, Instagram changes, all those things, and I was like, there should be a better way. Like, this isn't it, because if this is it, this is pretty crappy, let's be honest. So I wanted to make sure I figured out that way so I can serve my clients for the best way possible so they can have the impact they wanted. And I struggled for a long time until I really figured out what was really working. And I'm going to share with you a timeless strategy that you can use right now and you can use even like 10 generations after me. You will still be able to see results. And I'm not talking about tiny results. I'm talking about real results. What I'm going to share with you should be the foundation of all your marketing efforts. So focus on this, make sure that you apply this in your own market, because that's going to be the thing that's going to work on Facebook, TikTok, on newspaper ads, on whatever is the next platform, the metaverse. I don't know. You're going to do some pitch presentations on an hologram, which could be pretty cool, right? Like I want to do something like this, don't you want? And all those things that are going to work the same way and give you tremendous results. So let's end this. The first thing you got to do is that you got to understand the number one principle of marketing is that you got to stop trying to talk to everybody, and that you should start to always be focusing on your message. If you are trying to talk to everybody and you're like, okay, like I'm going to try to talk to this customer and this customer, you're not going to see insane results. You got to really focus and understand who is your customer. KYC, know your customer, know your customer. The more you know them, the more impact you will be able to create. Because let me tell you something, the best marketers of all time, what they were doing is they were actually understanding the conversation that were happening in their customer's head. Meaning that even before the guy that was reading their newspaper was going to take action or say something or react in a certain way, the marketer already thought before that on how they were going to do, because they written that thing, they put it that image that way, they used those emotions. They already knew the reactions they were going to have because they know their customers. And that's how you can truly have the most impact with your marketing strategy. So you got to first know your customer. Then second, and really important, and a lot of people always forget that step, you got to understand what they want. Yes, because some people may try to, like, okay, I sell that product. Cool. Do your customers want it? I guess so. But you don't know. So what you got to do is that you got to deliver things they want. And if maybe your product is a commodity, for example, like I see Precious in the chat, I see Shannon, you guys sell products that are commodities that other people are also selling. So what should you do in that situation? Because maybe people want your product, but you got the same product as everybody. You got to find a different angle, a different hook, a different way to promote your product that is original. And that thing, they got to want it. That's how you sell the product. But you got to figure out what do they want. Really study that. And one thing I really like to do is actually, well, there are tons of ways you can do that, but I like to go on Amazon, Google reviews, and check out the reviews. Do not check the 1-star reviews or the 5 stars reviews, because it's either people that are always pissed off all the time or somebody that always happy about, oh, everything is good, everything is great. But check out like the 2, 3, 4 stars, and maybe in those we'll be able to see, okay, I like this product, but this could be better. Maybe it's a servicing issue that, okay, the product arrived a few days later and that could be improved. You can play on that. Maybe it didn't have a guarantee, so they struggle to get back and forth with the team. Okay, you can add this and make it like a, I don't know, 90-day guarantee, risk-free something, so you can have that advantage. Or maybe the product lacks something or has too much of something, or maybe it needs something else in complement. But you got to figure out those things. You got to understand what they want. Then what you got to do is that you can understand, okay, you take back your customers that you've tried to figure it out, to understand as much as you possibly can. You should be able to make a biography about your customer, literally. Like, you should be able to create a book on the story of your customers. That's how well you should know them. You should know even more than them what they're going to think when they see your marketing piece. Because sometimes, they're having conversations, but also sometimes it's unconscious. It doesn't really materialize in words, in their thoughts. But you got to also understand those things so you can generate the results you want. Then you got to see, okay, where do they hang out? Where are they going? Where is the traffic? Where do they go? Do they go to conferences? Do they go to certain physical places, online places, YouTube channels, websites, blogs, articles? Maybe they go to certain conferences. They check out a certain influence on Instagram. Check out where the eyeballs are, because there is always that traffic. And that's something that I always hear people say, like, oh, my traffic is dead. I don't have any more traffic. No. The traffic is there. It's just maybe somewhere else, and you're not into the traffic. Visualize traffic that way. Basically, there is like a big water thing, a big Riviera, and you should put yourself in front of that Riviera and be like, okay, I'm here. Let's go. And you should put yourself in front of that traffic. That's how you should visualize it. But it is there. You just got to figure out where it is and put yourself in front of it. And then you got to catch with a bigger, like a nest as big as possible, as many fishes as you can. But the thing is, you got to understand, okay, the traffic is there. The traffic flow is there. You just got to understand where it is and where are the fishes that you want to catch, so you can get those fishes. That's the goal. That if you want to make some kind of a comparison with fishing, because fishing is pretty similar to marketing, don't you guys think? And then the last thing that you got to do, which is pretty simple, that's the simplest step, but also can be a bit tricky, is that you got to go there and you got to deliver those services. But the thing is, if you really deeply understood what I just shared with you, you got to understand, okay, to deliver it to them, they got to buy it. Now you're in front of the right traffic, of your right people. You know what to sell them, they want it, but maybe you don't convince it in a way that make them take action. Interesting. Maybe, did you guys thought about this? Because yes, to deliver it to them, maybe they want it. Maybe that's the thing, they want it. But if you're not able to sell it to them, if you're not able to create that desire, not even create, but to push up that desire in front and make them take action, because we're not creating desire. We're not manipulating people. We know they've got that desire. We know they want it. We just got to make sure it rises so they can take action and they can buy the solution to their problems. So what you got to do to deliver to them, and I talked about this in the previous episode, is that you got to figure out the how you're going to sell your product. You know the what, because you figured out, okay, what do they want? But you also got to figure out the how. How are you going to sell it? What are the emotions that they respond to? What are the sales message, the headlines that they read? How do they proceed? How do they work? How do they, how do they operate in a daily life? How are you going to be able to sell it to them? What words should you use? What stories should you tell? You should know that because you did your homework on your customers and you tested which worked. But the thing is, now that you know where's the traffic, now that you're okay in front of your dream customers, it's always about figuring out how can I make my sales message better and better and better, so you can get as many results as possible. Did you guys like what I just shared with you? If so, make sure that you share the live stream to somebody and that you ping somebody to the room, because we are not even a fifth of the way done. We have a lot of things to cover, And I want to go into the next step of today's episode, which are frequently asked questions. I see a lot of questions that small business owner ask me about online marketing, all those things, and I want to answer them on the spot so I can make sure that you guys get exactly the info that you need. Number one question I see is, should I invest in ads to grow my small business? And that's a big misconception I see. It is like, oh, in order to use online marketing the best way possible, I have to invest in Facebook, Google, PPC, or whatever. The truth is that it's not. It's just a vehicle that you can use and it works. But what you got to understand first is that you shouldn't focus on using a vehicle, because that's focusing on the tactics, not the strategy. And if you're trying to win a war with only tactics, your troops are going to go wherever you tell them to go, but they don't know why they're doing it. They don't know the underlying plan, underlying strategy, goals that you're having. So you got no foundations. And if a tactic is broken and if it doesn't work, they've got nothing to fall back on. So you should have tactics, set in stone principles, marketing principles that you're using and that you're basing yourself off, having a foundation, so you can see actually, okay, what works, and then I maybe implement some ads, maybe I can implement some social media, branding, content creation, all those things like that. But focus on creating a strategy that's solid first before using anything else. Second question I oftentimes see is branding. I'm going to put the screen. Share the screen, that would be better. is branding important for small businesses? And I would say it's even more important for small businesses. Here is how. When I see small business, and maybe it's not you, but a small business, like oftentimes you're very close, have a very close like influence circle, which means like, let's say you are in a small town and you are a coffee shop. People know you, you know, like it's not like you're some brand, like they know you, they visit you frequently, they know the people, maybe they've got some families working in there, maybe they know the people in the village, you know, in the city. So it's a pretty small social circle. And it's even more powerful to have a small, like a great branding in that situation. But it can also be a double-edged sword, because if you do not have a great branding in the situation, you're going to be destroyed like hardcore. So that's why your branding should be really taken care of. It doesn't have to be like Nike or like Nike level branding, but it has to have some branding, some control over the message, the stories that you want your brand to tell to people. If not, people are going to do it for you. And sometimes some guys may want to put you down. So you got to make sure that you have control over that, because if not, somebody else is going to have it for you. Next question I oftentimes see: do you guys like what I'm sharing with you, by the way? If so, make sure you share the live stream, ping somebody to the room, because we're not done. There's still one question I want to share with you. What is the fastest way to grow a small business? I'm going to share with you a step-by-step process later on how to do that. What is, in my opinion, the fastest step-by-step process. But what I would advise you to do is to focus on the strategy. Focus on the things that are always going to work. Focus on the things that will always be working and that will help you to basically build upon it. Because if you're trying to build up something that's, let's say at some time, remember it was Facebook Lives. Facebook Lives were really hot, and you can get a lot of free traffic, free eyeballs that way. But now it's not working. And if you're trying to build a business based on Facebook Live before, now you got to change and restart a new strategy from the get-go, and that doesn't work. You got to have some principles and some things that are always working, like email lists, newsletters, having some branding up, and making sure you're having sales processes set it in stone, and that will be able to work whatever the platform is that you're using. That's what I would recommend you guys to have. Now, I'm going to go deep into all the things that you guys need. And because, you know, when you start your online marketing journey, you start marketing, you're like, okay, maybe I need a few things to get started. Maybe I need a few tools. And I'm going to share with you those tools. Those tools are going to be, actually, let me share with you the title: the 4 marketing assets every business should have. Do you guys want to know the marketing assets that every business should have? Because at the beginning, I didn't really know what I needed in order to get the results to my customers. I was like, man, like, what should I focus on? Email, phone numbers, websites? What is the thing? And then I dove deep into what I exactly needed to give the results I wanted to my customers. And I figured out that there are 4, and actually, well, 5, because I always like to share abundance with you guys. 4 to 5 things that you absolutely need in order to grow a business online. Some of them are maybe facultative for some of you guys. I don't know how you say it in English, but they are not obligated for some of you guys. But I always tell you to, you know, find a way to apply things instead of making be like, oh, it doesn't apply to me. Make sure you find a way to apply those, because they can be incredible tools, assets for your business. Let's get started. Number 1 is you should have a website. Now, I put a little star on it because, yeah, websites, you know, there's maybe a better way if you know me better. But always having a website, always having a place where people can actually check you out and make some research. Websites are actually useful for branding and research purposes, meaning that if somebody is checking you out on the internet, they got to go somewhere and they got to, you know, make their own researches about you. A website is an awesome place to go because they can actually find the info that they want. But sales-wise, conversion-wise, websites are not the best thing. And I'm going to talk to you guys about something that's way better to do that in the next tip. But tip number 2 are email addresses. Always have an email address. You should have your own email address, not at gmail.yahoo.com, but at yourbusinesses.com. Purchase an email address that is with your domain, because that's going to show you're professional. That's going to show you that, okay, you're legit. And plus, that's going to help you to make some automations with email marketing, things like that down the road that will be really useful for your business, and that will get you a ton of money. So email addresses. Third thing that you're going to have social profiles, social media profiles. You got to be everywhere and you got to control your brand, because if not, you are going to have some troubles. Let me tell you, because the thing that differentiates us from any animals on this planet is the fact that we have the power to choose. And it cannot be taken away from us. It can only be forgiven. But the thing is, if you give up, if you don't take care of that power that you have, the power of choice of choosing to promote your brand the right way, somebody else is going to do it for you. And oftentimes, either they don't do a really great job. That's the best case scenario, because the only person that can promote your business the best way is you. You are the best person to promote the business. You are the best salesman in your company because you are the business owner. But second, in the worst case scenario, it can actually go pretty dramatic, because it can actually create some bad reputation around the business. So you should have, and you need to have, those assets in order to make sure that your business is secured and the image of your business is secured online. Number 4, Google business profile. So this one is one that's more facultative, that you don't really need, but I would recommend you to have one, because it helps you. As I told you, if somebody searches your business online, you can have Google reviews, you can have things installed by Google, and then create some certainty to people that are looking you up. And I've got a bonus for you guys, and this one is a good one, so check it out. Online sales funnels. I talked to you guys in the beginning that, okay, websites are not the best thing to sell, because the problem with website is that it's great if somebody is looking you up, as I just told you, but if somebody is looking to buy something, or you are making sure that the sales process is smooth online, a website is the worst thing, because they can go here, they can go log in, they can go contact, they can go all those things that are creating confusion. And a confused mind always says no. Confused mind always says no. So a landing page, a sales funnel online, is basically a page that only has one purpose: to make them buy. It's only one call to action, and that's really seamless, and it takes the prospect through the sales process, through the page seamlessly. It's not like, okay, here you are, you can go wherever you want. It's like, okay, let me take you there, then you go there, then you watch this video, you click this button, and there you go, you make a sale. That's really, really clear, and it helps to bring you some sales. So that's why I recommend you guys, if you want to have a place, some central place to have everything that you got, so people that are looking up can actually buy things from you. That's the great purpose of a website. But if you want to target and make sure you sell as many of a specific product that you want, you need to have a sales funnel. Okay, if you guys like this, share the live stream, ping somebody to the room, and if you guys have some questions, make sure that you raise your hand, because I'm going to take your questions at the end of the episode if you guys have some. Now, I'm going to go into the meat of today's episode. If you guys start to know the format of the show, you know that at some point, I always go into a step-by-step proven framework in order to see a specific result. And on today's episode, we are going to go dive deep into the proven free money method that every small business should have. That's the freest money you can make into any business. If you implement this into any small business, you will see dramatic results. And I want to share with you that method. So let me share with you my screen so you can check it out, the beautiful slides that I made. Now, the proven free money method that every small business should have. I was looking for the way to make sure my clients get the best results possible for small businesses. And after a long journey of trying to understand which was the best way, is it email marketing? Is it sales funnel? Is it, I don't know, online ads? I figured out what is the best way, what is the simplest thing that you can implement right now and start seeing some results right away that will generate at least, that can generate at least 20 to 40% of your income. So if you want to know that, make sure that you stay tuned, because, man, you got to implement this. You got to see this. So it is a 3 step-by-step process. Extremely simple. 1, 2, 3, apply it, and then you're done. You make some free money. Number 1, you got to offer something for free in exchange of your customer's information. So we call this a freebie, and it depends on your business. But let's say you're a pizza shop, or you are, let's take the example of a pizza shop. You can offer free toppings, for example, for free. If they give you their email addresses and their phone numbers, okay, cool. I want a free topic. I want a topping. I want to make sure I get the best pizza as possible. And I don't know, Giotto, my man, is making the best pizzas. So I want to make sure I get the free topping. Okay, great. Now, What you do in exchange is that you get their email addresses, and what you're going to do is that you're going to step number 2. Let me show you my screen. Step number 2 is that you're going to do this for a month. You're going to collect as many email addresses, names, phone numbers, many information as possible. So you're going to do that for a month, and you're going to collect as many of those as possible. So going back on the, okay, what should I promote for free? Why should I give them something for free? Because it has to be an exchange. Like, think about it. If somebody is buying something from you, they see the product that you are having, the thing they are exchanging money, they see it as a bigger value than the money they're having. If not, they will not do the exchange. Understood? So you got to offer something for free that they really want, so they can exchange their information with you. That's the key of the process. You got to offer them something they want. And then your goal is to be collecting those email addresses, those phone numbers, and those names. You connect as many of those as you possibly can. Do this for a month. Then you go into step number 3, and that's where you make the free money. So make sure that you check it out and make sure that you implement it, guys, because I want you guys, before me sharing you step number 3, I want you guys to make a commitment. I want you guys to make a commitment with me, Gabriel. If this is the thing that's going to change my business and make me some free money, I want you to commit to me. Raise your hand that you're going to do it. Because if you are not going to implement this, you are not going to see the results. I can talk with your strategies all day, but if you are not implementing the plays, you will not see the results in the game. So make sure that you apply what I'm going to show you right now. You are going to send them emails every day promoting your offer, the offer that you are running. All right. So let's get back to Giotto, our brother Giotto that's selling pizzas. Okay. Free pizzas. If you buy, like, yeah, let's say you make 3 pizzas and you got 1 for free. Great offer, great, something interesting. Okay, that's the offer you're running for this month. Now what you're going to do is that you're going to send 1 email a day to that list that you created, that list of names that you created. You're going to send 1 email a day to those guys. 1 email a day is a bit much, Gabriel. Why should I send 1 email a day? Well, the reason you should do that is, like, and I want to tell you something. Check out your email inbox right now, and if it doesn't have more than 1,000 emails unopened, okay, you follow me? You understand what I mean? So, guys, there is a lot of quantity of emails that people are sending, and because they offered something in exchange with you, they value you. They value the thing that they got in exchange for you. So they're looking for more about you. They want to hear more about you, because if not, they were not going to give you their email addresses. So they want to hear more about you. And the best way for you to give them what they want is to make sure they know about your offers, because, hey, the more offers they buy from you, the best services you can deliver to them. So in the case of our boy, the pizza boy, hey, 2 pizza bought, 1 for free. All right, cool. I'm going to send an email today about this. And at the beginning, just like pretty much make an email talking about this. You can pretty much like take it, I wouldn't say copy and paste it, but do 99% of the same email every day, and it will generate you massive results. Now, you have different formats you can use, and I don't want to make it too complicated for you at the beginning, but just the key at the beginning is to send 1 email a day promoting that offer to the people that you collected the names from. Do you guys follow me? Are you guys going to implement this? I want to make sure that you do. Because I know that's the biggest problem I see with my clients and the people that are following those advices. They're looking for the best tips, the best things to implement, but they do not implement it. And that's why I created this thing that's totally free that you guys should check out. Is the Commandos Weekly Action Plan. I actually put all the action plans, all the processes I make every week, and I gathered them, put them up into something, a checklist that you can do, and I put them in a step-by-step process that you guys can use. So check out this link, gabrieljulié.com/action plan, to get your action plan for this strategy I talked about this week. Make sure to do it this week, because though it's going to be disappeared the next week, and it's going to have the next week's action plan. But the thing is that you got to implement it. I want you to implement it fast and use it so you can start seeing the results right away. It's totally free, gabrieljulié.com/action plan. Check it out, because I want you to apply the knowledge that you just learned. All right. If you guys like that knowledge, by the way, make sure that you share the live stream and you share this event with somebody that needs it, because, hey, it's always good to help a buddy out. Now, let's go into a recap. If you guys have some questions on the Clubhouse, make sure that you raise your hand. That there is a button at the bottom right of your screen. with a little hand. And if you got some questions, make sure that you raise your hand because guys, we are going to respond to some questions if you guys have some, so you guys can get out from today's episode with all the things that you need to implement it right away. Now, let's go over a quick recap of what we just talked about. We talked about KYC, know your customer, what they want, where they go, and how to sell them. And I want you to reread what I just wrote on this slide. What they want, where they go, and how to sell them. That is really important, meaning that you should know, okay, who is your customer? You should know who they are, what do they want, meaning, okay, what are the products and the things, the services, the add-ons that they're looking for, where they go, so you can put yourself in front of that traffic, physical places, websites, blogging, I don't know, but you got to figure out that place, and then how to sell them. What is the message that they're looking for? What resonates with them? What makes them take action? Figure out those things. Number 2, recap of what we just talked about today. Every business needs a presence and a revenue source online. Every business, because if you do not have that, you are missing a huge opportunity. You are not maximizing the amount of money and brand equity that you can have. You are not maximizing that. You should always have something online because, and the case, like the number one reason people are not having that is because they don't know how to do it. But the thing is, it's extremely simple. Don't focus on the platform. Focus on the strategy. Focus on applying the things that you're already using onto other platforms, but it's exactly the same thing. Don't make it too much of a big deal because, oh, it's on Facebook, it's on a website. It's the same principle behind it. So make sure you do the step, take the leap of faith, and do the action and generate that revenue source and brand equity online. Number 3, and one of the most important ones that you guys should have, your email list is the blood flow of your business. Don't neglect it. That's, if I got one tip for you guys, one thing that I tell you, okay, this is the thing that you should focus on solely if you want to grow your online business, your small business. Do this. Grow your email list, send them an email a day, and that's going to be the greatest source of your revenue. On the businesses that I'm working on and all the email marketers are working on, email lists oftentimes are the asset that's generating the most business, the most income. Sometimes 20 to 40% of the income, total income, is generated by that single email list. 20 to 40%, that single thing. So if you want to have something that's evergreen, that's going to always help you, that you're going to have control over, and that's going to generate you as much money as possible, I would highly advise you to focus on growing your email list. So guys, that's it for today's episode. I hope that you liked it. But before you go, make sure that you check out the weekly action plan so you can apply what we just talked about today. That's extremely important because if you don't do that, you're not going to see the results. So go gabrieljulié.com/action plan. Click the button if you're on the Clubhouse. Put the link into another tab if you're on the YouTube. And I see you guys. I see you on the next week's episode. Have a great day. Be great. Apply the things that we just talked about because if you don't, you're not going to see the results, guys. Be great. Have a nice day. And I see you on the next week. Was your host, Gabriel Julié, every day at 8 a.m. Not every day, sorry. Every Friday.